Title: The Little Mermaid's Big Adventure. Once upon a time, in a sparkling blue ocean, there was a curious little mermaid named Ariel. Now, Ariel wasn't your average mermaid. While her sisters were happy singing and playing underwater, Ariel loved collecting human stuff. Yep, that's right. She had a whole cave filled with forks, which she called dinglehoppers, old boots, shiny mirrors, and so many other weird and wonderful things that she didn't quite understand but found fascinating. One day, while exploring near the surface, Ariel spotted a ship, but not just any ship. It was a grand party boat, with lights, music, and laughter. And right there on deck was the most handsome human she had ever seen, Prince Eric. Ariel's heart practically skipped a beat. She watched him laugh and dance, wishing she could be part of that world. But just as she was sighing dreamily, a dark cloud appeared. Oh no! A terrible storm was on the way. The sea turned wild and fierce, waves crashed, lightning flashed, and poor Prince Eric was tossed right into the ocean. Ariel knew she had to save him, so she swam like a super speedy mermaid superhero and pulled him to shore. She stayed beside him, singing softly until he opened his eyes, but when he started to wake up, Ariel had to disappear back into the ocean before he saw her. As she swam away, she left her heart on the shore with the prince she'd just saved. Back in her underwater world, Ariel couldn't stop thinking about Prince Eric. She wanted to see him again, but there was one big problem: she was a mermaid, and he was a human. She needed legs to be part of his world. Ariel was desperate, and there was only one creature she knew who could help: Ursula, the sneaky, slimy sea witch. Now, Ursula had her own plans, and they weren't pretty. She wanted to rule the ocean, and she knew Ariel's love for the prince would be her chance to make some mischief. With a slithery grin, she welcomed Ariel into her spooky lair, filled with glowing potions and creepy creatures. "Ah, my dear, dear Ariel," Ursula purred, pretending to be sweet. "I can give you legs, but it will cost you your beautiful voice." Ariel hesitated. Her voice was what made her, well, her. But then she thought of Eric's face and that wonderful daydream of dancing on land. With a brave nod, she agreed. With a wave of her tentacles, Ursula took Ariel's voice, trapped it in a magical seashell, and with a poof of purple smoke, Ariel had legs. But, oh boy, legs were harder to handle than Ariel expected. She tried to stand, but whoops, fell over. She giggled, a little embarrassed, but hey, walking couldn't be that hard, right? Wobbling and tripping, she finally made it to the shore, where she met Prince Eric again. He looked at her with a curious smile, feeling like he'd seen her somewhere before. But since she couldn't talk, Ariel could only smile and nod, trying her best to impress him with funny gestures and silly expressions. As the days passed, Ariel and Eric spent more and more time together. They laughed, played, and explored the village, while Ariel's heart was doing flips. She was loving every moment, from tasting new foods to dancing under the stars. But little did she know, Ursula was not about to let this love story end happily. With a devious plan in mind, Ursula transformed herself into a beautiful lady with Ariel's voice. Now she could pretend to be the girl who saved Prince Eric. Disguised as Vanessa, Ursula showed up and started singing with Ariel's voice. Prince Eric was completely spellbound, thinking Vanessa was the mysterious girl he'd been searching for. Ariel was heartbroken as she watched Eric and Vanessa prepare for their wedding. But her seagull friend, Scuttle, discovered the truth and quickly alerted Ariel and her ocean buddies. It was time for a rescue mission. The crabs, fish, and seagulls all came together for one big, splashy plan to stop the wedding. With a lot of squawking, pinching, and a bit of chaos, they managed to break the seashell holding Ariel's voice, and pop! Her voice returned. Finally, Eric realized that Ariel was the one he'd been looking for all along. "Ariel! It's you!" he cried, and Ariel was thrilled to finally say, "Yes. It's me." But Ursula wasn't done yet. Furious, she transformed into a giant sea monster, and the ocean roared with her rage. But Ariel and Eric, together with their brave ocean friends, faced her with courage. In a fierce, epic battle, they defeated Ursula, saving both the ocean and the land from her evil plans. And so, Ariel and Prince Eric finally got their happy ending. Ariel chose to live on land with legs, but she also made a promise to visit her ocean family often. And every now and then, when they looked out to sea, they'd remember the amazing underwater adventure that brought them together. The end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please remember to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Your support inspires me to create more amazing videos in the future, and it truly means the world to me. Together, we can explore even more adventures and stories. I appreciate you being part of my journey.